People power is our power. Our power, people power. Fellow Ugandans, I greet you all in the name of the Almighty God. I am very grateful to finally have the opportunity to address you, even though my home is still surrounded by soldiers and the military. I am indeed under house arrest, and I continue to live through these indignities and this humiliation. But my spirit is very strong, and I hope you comrades out there are strong too. I'm indeed under illegal house arrest. I am strong though, because I'm aware of the trials and tribulations that those that came before us had to go through in their fight for freedom and democracy. I am further consoled by the constant reminder in me that what I'm going through today is nothing compared to what other comrades have had to go through for the past 3 years since we started the People Power movement. As all Ugandans know, ladies and gentlemen, many comrades are now dead. Many are in hospitals nursing wounds of torture, while very, very many are in prison for standing for what is right. We salute you, brothers, and you continue to be the reason why we don't give up, why we persevere on. Fellow Ugandans, today I stand before you to make my first address since the 14th day of January, when the people of Uganda went for elections. Which elections you all know that we won resoundingly. Which elections General Museveni, together with Mr. Byabakama and other machinations of state, mainly the military, rigged with impunity, and which is the reason why I am under house arrest today. I must state right from the beginning, ladies and gentlemen, that we went into this election knowing the nature of regime that we are dealing with. However, we went into this election having our confidence in the people of Uganda. Our confidence was indeed the trust that we had and still have in the power of the people of Uganda and their ability to assert their voices. And they indeed asserted their voices. All of us had and felt their voices. Like many dictators, Museveni organizes elections in order to pay lip service to democracy and to try to buy legitimacy from the world, especially the outside world. So this time he was determined to take the nation through the same old ritual. But unfortunately, he gravely miscalculated this time around. The question we have been getting from some people has always been, why participate in an election that we know has already been rigged? We participated in this election, like I've always been saying to the people of Uganda, because we have the confidence in the power of the people of Uganda. We participated in this election because we believe that the people of Uganda can speak loud and clear. We saw they spoke. So today, ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you to thank you for turning out in unprecedented numbers, and yes, for voting for change. Mr. Byabakama and his electoral commission are still struggling to downplay the turn-up of the people of Uganda for elections. But even a blind person can see that this had not happened before. The turn-up was massive, and yes, people voted for change. They voted for the National Unity Platform and myself to lead them to turn a new page, to lead them into a new Uganda, to lead them into a country where we have to end the indignity and the pain of dictatorship that they've had to deal with for the last 35 years. I want to thank you, ladies and gentlemen, because you did that. You voted for change. You voted for us. We know that, and we indeed appreciate that. Let me also appreciate my fellow presidential candidates for putting their foot forward, but most importantly, for rejecting the Museveni fraud. Therefore, fellow citizens, I speak to you today with a heart so grateful and with so much confidence. The confidence that you gave us when you chose the National Unity Platform and when you chose me to be your leader in the new Uganda. Unfortunately, yet again, General Museveni committed a coup against the Constitution and against the people of Uganda. By 6 p.m. on the day of voting, it was very clear across the country that despite the rigging, despite the widespread irregularities, Museveni was defeated resoundingly. From the east to the west, from the north to the south and central, it was very, very clear that the people of Uganda had rejected the Museveni dictatorship and they had chosen a new Uganda. Unfortunately, Museveni is such a poor student of history, including his own history. In a book titled Mission to Freedom, written by himself, Museveni justified his decision to go to the bush and wage a violent war as follows. He said, and I quote, "In December 1980, Ugandans went to the polls. By late afternoon on December 11th, it was clear that UPC and Obote were headed for a resounding defeat. In spite of all the rigging that he had done earlier, it was clear that the UPC was losing. They had rigged right from the start, right from the stages of registration of voters, nomination of candidates, demarcation of electoral boundaries, etc. The UPC was seized with panic. Paulo Muwanga took over the powers of the Electoral Commission. The following day, 12 December 1980, using their control of the national radio, the army, the police, and other state machinery, and backed by the Tanzanian government, Obote and Muwanga announced their coup. Once again, a minority unpopular clique was imposed on the people of Uganda, leaving them with no option but to take up arms in defense of their democratic rights. This was Museveni speaking. This was him. And we are here yet again. Just replace the actors, remove the others, put Museveni, Byabakama, and the like, and it will become alive again. Throughout the campaign period, ladies and gentlemen, people of Uganda generally, and more particularly, my supporters and myself endured untold suffering, torture, degrading and inhuman treatment, and all this was on the orders of General Museveni. This included, but not limited to, the dark days of the 18th and 19th of November, where more than 100